Because typically what happens is we spend, let's say, I don't know, 6 months to a year not doing something or longer. And all of a sudden we're like, oh, I got to lose weight. And so you go on these programs, right? 30, 60, 90-day programs, and you lose the weight pretty quickly, only to find out that 6 months to a year later, you're back where you started. Hey there, NAC Warrior. How's it going? Today we are going to be talking about what's the question we have. What results have you gotten with losing weight quickly? That's actually a pretty good question, because I have done that before. And it's funny because it's sort of like my journey back in 2015 has been like prior to 2015 has been pretty much a roller coaster ride, and that's pretty much how this actually goes. Because typically, what happens is we spend, let's say, I don't know, 6 months to a year not doing something or longer, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, I gotta lose weight. And so you go on these programs, right? 30, 60, 90-day programs, and you lose the weight pretty quickly, only to find out that 6 months to a year later, you're back where you started. And, and I lost a lot of weight by doing those programs. But there was this Tony Robbins program that I did that really like took things to a whole new level. Like, it was just like completely different. Everything was different about it. And that's why I tried it, because remember, I said like one of the things that I had to do was let go of what I knew. And I know Tony Robbins loves to go out there and try and learn new things and sort of twist around what people think or know about things. And so that was one of the things that attracted me to it. And I lost a lot of weight. Like, we're talking a lot of weight. Probably maybe even close to, if not, I definitely weighed less than what I did in college. I was probably approaching high school type of weight. And I felt good. I felt good doing it, but I also knew that it wasn't realistic. And and that's the results. And I knew once I did it and once I was into it, like, I allowed the cleanse to happen. I allowed myself to sort of notch it up a level, and now I know what to use that for and when to use that program, how to use that program, when I would want to use that program, and in which I will never need to use that. Well, I shouldn't say, like, I would say it's more like I could turn it into a cleanse type of program. And so if I ever wanted to cleanse, which I may do after the holidays, do like a small cleanse, then I would implement that. But, whenever losing weight quickly is, unless it's a medical reason why you need to lose weight quickly, it, it, it's never a good thing, because it probably means you're doing things to the extreme. And if you know me, I'm not about extreme. Extreme is, like, to me, the part that's going to get you in trouble. And that's why I don't know if you ever seen those shows where they have like these individuals who are completely obese and they want surgery, but the doctor, I can't remember the name of the show, but the doctor would not allow them to do surgery unless they could control and lose a certain amount of weight during a certain amount of time. And I feel for these individuals, because the pressure that they're being put under, I'm like, you know what? Even if they were able to do it and hit the criteria and then get the surgery, maybe they won't end up where they were before, which is really, really good. I love to see these people like 5-10 years from after the surgery, but I'm betting that most of them have gained back quite some weight, unless after the transformation they feel so good, like they can never go back to the way I felt back in 2015. If they could get that feeling, then I'm like, okay, yeah, that would be realistic. But the fact that they have to lose so much weight so fast, they go into surgery, and then next thing you know, they're like normal. Um, they haven't done anything psychologically. Like anybody can temporarily, and I shouldn't say anybody, but a lot of people can temporarily fight themselves if there's a good prize at the end of the tunnel. But once you get the prize, what happens after that? What's your incentive, right? To keep that. You got what you needed. Now why are you still going? And a lot of people haven't figured out their why when it comes to health and fitness. And most of their whys are internally felt. Like, I'm doing this because I cannot stand putting these jeans on and the way it feels on me. I can't stand looking back at that person in the mirror. Like, these things are good catalysts, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out why, right? Why are you doing this? Why? And, here's a big tip. Here's a big tip for anybody who is having problems staying consistent. You have to understand your personal why, not why you want to do health and fitness. You definitely need to know that. But what is your big why? Like, what is it that drives you in life? And for me, it's boredom. I do not like to be bored. So when I do programs and things like that, I can only do them for so long, and then I'm like, yep, I'm done. I'm done. I have to either make it more challenging, I have to do something to make it different. But if I were, and this is why I probably avoid gyms a lot, is because if I go to the gym, I'm going to probably do the same things over and over again, which would, to me, would be absolutely boredom. It does not interest me, does not spark an, maybe going to the gym once in a while would be okay, but you will never see me go to the gym on a regular basis because I just don't enjoy doing the same workouts over and over again. You hear me talk. I'm doing bear crawling. I'm doing eccentric. I go out there and research. So I found a way, because of my why, I understood my why. I found a way to go out there and be like, okay, health and fitness can be fun for me. And now I'm sticking to it because I understand how I tick. Because I understand how I tick, I can design and do things the way I work. Like some people like routine. Like they need to have the routine. Like they have to get ready be done at work at 5. They got to leave to get to the gym at 5:30. They got to get dressed. They got to do these workouts. And then boom, they need that structure and they thrive on that structure. And that's great if that works for you. You need that then, right? But if you're like a person that gets bored and or whatever your central why is, maybe you do things because of your kids. If that's the case, then always think about your kids. Like, how do you get your kids involved in health and fitness? How do you put a picture there on the side of the wall? This is a wall actually. Put a picture on that wall that when you're doing those sit-ups, like you see your kid or something like that, to keep you going. Because if you get results quick and deep down inside, can you realistically do this? Does this resonate with you? Like, does this feel like this is part of your program? Could you incorporate this? Could this be your new life? If the answer is no, which most likely is not if you're getting results quickly, then I would avoid it. So that's my answer to this question. What results have you gotten with losing weight quickly? I lose weight quickly for sure, but at the end of the day, I know it's not a realistic program. So I need to know when would that fit in to my toolbox, because I put that in my, I'll be like, oh, I like this because boom, 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 boom. This is when I would use it. And then if that scenario comes up in my life, boom, I'm on it right away, right? If you're a traveler and you like to travel and you don't like the gyms that they have, or maybe the gyms that they do have aren't that great, I would find a routine that you could do right there in the hotel. When I was traveling, I knew I was going on vacation when I did the bear crawling. One of the things I did was I knew I could bear crawl right in the hotel, even if it was like this small. as long as I could fit my body. And we went to New York, so those hotels are pretty. The the space you have there is pretty small, especially when we were like right in the heart of the city. So bear crawling was okay. It fit that. If I had to pull out rubber bands and all this stuff, this would have been like really difficult. Or bring weights and travel with weights. That just wouldn't have been realistic. So having tools in your toolbox, like now if I go on vacation or if I'm traveling and I don't have a lot of space and I go down to the gym and I don't like the gym, um, guess what I'm going to be doing? Bear crawling. Am I going to be doing eccentric contractions? I'm not even. I think I'm going to call this the ECP, eccentric contraction program. I'm going to make it up, ECP, to make it easier. Um, I'm not going to be carrying around weights on to travel. And most likely, if I go to a hotel, they may not have all the things that I have. They may not have a pull-up bar. So it won't be realistic. So what do I do in that scenario? Well, one, I could use whatever they do have available, or I could just try something different, have fun, and do bear crawling. So that's my thing for today. So there you go. I hope you have a good day. Oh, one last thing. So again, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, please do so. It's to me, it's something that will get like these types of tips that I'm giving you, these questions that I have, like you can get all these answers right there in the Facebook group. You can ask them and I'll give them to you right away, or somebody in the family will give it to you right away. And it's just a great place to have the support that you need on your health and fitness journey. We do challenges. We have a program coming up very soon called Awakening the Inner Warrior that you can jump and be part of. So we've got a lot of cool things going on there. It's called NAC, N as in Nancy, A as in Adam, C as in Charlie, space Warriors, and that's on Facebook group. Okay, with that, have a good one. I'll see you next time.